How can you not like atheists as a Christian person? Like they have this real natural way of looking at the world and its existence and whether or not a God should exist. And I think one of the main mistakes I see atheists make, maybe it's not even a mistake, I shouldn't call it. They see God as like this extreme powerful Superman that fixes all your shit. And with that in mind, they make the statement he can't exist because the world wouldn't be a mess if he would exist. As a Christian, I try to understand them and ask them why they think that God is an all-powerful being. And then they say they just made it up in their mind, or they think that Christians believe so. And then I ask them, don't you want to ask me what I as a Christian believe? So then they do, and I say, imagine that there would be no shit or harm in this world, which would mean we would all be doing what God prescribed us to do, since He is perfect and we obey Him as He exists. Like there would be no war, for example. But on the other side, it would mean that we would have no free choice to make whether we do good or bad in life. Imagine being in a relationship and then thinking, okay, I'm gonna love this person in the best way I can every day, and like eventually she would get tired and sick of it. She would think like, are you a robot? Don't you have other feelings besides your happiness? Like don't you experience sad emotions? Or like aren't you never angry? Like it would be an insincere relationship if you compare it like having a wife, right? But God is not my wife, but God is a being I can have a personal relationship with, and He made me a human being with a free will, which means sometimes I will fuck up in my life, like now using the F word. I can also not show you the imperfect side of me, but it would mean I'm fake. So since God is perfect, there is a standard of what morality is outside of me as a human being deciding what's good and bad. To my atheist friends, I would explain God as a story. And stories are invisible, and we live by them. To me, God is also, as described in the Bible, the Word. Imagine humans not having words to explain what they believe about reality. Like we wouldn't be able to explain the things we feel, we experience, if we would just look at material objects. So looking at immaterial things, like nothing, words are invisible. And if God gave us words to use to communicate, then God is part of us. But in a way, as I believe, like in the Bible, we're made in His image. And what's the image of God? The words. And we can use words to give life to people. I went to this Christian event, and these Christian entrepreneurs, like it's really new to me. I'm not for a long while Christian, since 2019. And they were saying words of life to me. And what they meant by that was, you're a great person and you need to be seen and you have these awesome talents. And as they were saying it to me, I was like, oh, this really boosts me, and makes me want to create things. A being that can create can give life to things, right? If God is life and God is the words, then we can use words to also create life. I can say positive things to you and you will start implementing a positive thought pattern and mindset in your life, and because of that some things will get live. Like you can give me an idea and I can make a video about that idea, which means the word became flesh. Like God, the Spirit became Jesus, and the idea became reality. So I cannot imagine a life without words, and this is like the easiest way I can explain God to atheist friends. This is the way I see God as a Christian. Maybe I should be seeing it differently. But we can also, of course, use words to destroy and rebuild things. Like I can say to myself, I don't like being an introvert. So because I was telling myself that I'm an introvert, and because of this I didn't go outside and meet friends, and I started to live a shy life because I used the label introvert. So I was really destroying my life, but I also wasn't taking opportunities to go outside and actually live my life to the fullest because I had the excuse, the label introvert. And this word was not giving life to my life. It was rather taking life from my life because I was scared to do things which I really deep in my heart wanted to do. I was on a holiday in Egypt, and there these entrepreneurs saw me speaking with the Egyptian locals. I learned a few Arabic words like "Sabah al-ful, el-akhbar, tamam cool," like "Hey, how are you doing? I'm good." And they were like, "Man, you're really showing extroverted behavior." So during that holiday, like a month ago, I decided that I will not use the word introvert anymore to describe myself, because I used an excuse to not go outside and not live my life to the fullest. And this one guy of that entrepreneurial group said, "You, like to me, you seem like an extroverted guy. Like I'm not connecting with locals like you are." And he didn't put the label introvert on himself. Maybe he was even an extroverted guy. So how can I be more extroverted as an introvert, comparing to this extrovert guy that told me you're being extroverted? So I started to call myself like a shy extrovert, something like that. In Dutch, the word is ingetogen extrovert. So sometimes you're not being extroverted, you choose not to be so. But since I now gave myself the label extrovert, I gave life to doing more things, and I'm not sitting in home playing video games, watching anime for hours, like locking myself up, like the word introvert did. So this is maybe a weird example of God. Like God is not the word introvert. I just want to say God is the word, and without words, we wouldn't be able to describe God, as it is an invisible concept. So I don't seek to find physical proof for an not non-physical thought. Also thoughts. Like I listen on YouTube at Cliff, like Stuart Cliff. Give me an answer. Maybe you know that YouTube channel. This guy speaking with students at the campus, and he said like, prove to me in a scientific way that right now I'm thinking of a banana. And as he was saying this, I was like, that's genius. Like the fact that I cannot scientifically prove to you that I'm actually thinking of a banana right now doesn't mean that the banana doesn't exist in my head. So I would invite my atheist friends to not seek physical answers for immaterial questions. That's it. And if you only think reality is what you see with the naked eye, so this box exists because I see it, then explain to me the love that you have for some people in your life. How does your love exist? It's an invisible subject, and you cannot put the subject love on a plate and tell me, here, I prove scientifically that I love these people. So everything that's invincible exists, but maybe not in reality yet. And God is someone and some being that gave us the power to speak about things that do not exist yet. Final example is Nikola Tesla, who invented electricity. Like he was having wild dreams about this thing that didn't exist yet. He started speaking about electricity, the thing that didn't exist yet in the world. And then all of a sudden he invented it. And then people start believing. Like some people in life, they only believe after they see things. But Nikola Tesla believed in his thought before it existed in the reality. That's it. And you can choose whatever you believe about life and God. Do your thing.